She painted this one at her day program just a few months before she went into the hospital. This one here too, Sadie and Mum did this one at home with Sadie bought some paints for her craft work, and she sat and painted that.
Mum's allergic to vancomycin, and they gave it to her again, and she's pure red, and she had this down in ICU. It's called red man syndrome. They never read her allergy list. She was allergic to any kind of penicillin drugs, and they gave her that. She's allergic to vancomycin, she got that. Hydromorphone, she got that. Codeine, she's allergic to that, and she got that.
But that's the first thing they ask you in the hospital, like, what medicines are you allergic to?
But it's written everywhere, but nobody bothers to read it.
Well, several people ask you, the doctors ask you, the residents ask you, the medical students ask you, and they actually send somebody up from the pharmacy to ask you what the patient's allergic to. And because I did Mum's meds every day, I was the one that always spoke to them. And so I'd go through the list of what she was allergic to and everything, and they turn around and give it to her anyways. It was like nobody read anything.
This is emergency, June 6th. That's the one that's, I told you, it's missing notes about the NG tube. So you can see her knees just
Sadie,
smashed.
They never admitted that they broke your mother's leg.
No.
They never admitted.
No.
Even though you have this right now.
Yep. Or the hospital wouldn't give me the doctor's files. I ended up phoning OHIP and found all those doctors that supposedly didn't take care of Mum. I found all their names and they had charged OHIP for taking care of Mum.
Wow.
But obviously I was told by the hospital, risk management, if it wasn't charted, it didn't happen.
Wow.
So there's the proof that it did happen, but the hospital still won't give me all of the notes.
So we've got files from CCAC and some of the service providers, St. Elizabeth, and that's their notes is because the hospital denied that her leg got broke, or if it was broke, what they said was if it is broke, it happened before she came into the hospital.
No.
So we had to pull records, ambulance records, St. Elizabeth records for the physio, the nurse practitioner, everybody that dealt with her to prove that that leg was not broke.
Well, there's transfer into wheelchair by son. And there was another one here. And it was instructions how to transfer Mum.
Doing the pivot.
Yeah. See, make sure Jeannie's left foot is flat on the ground. So if her leg was broken before she went in,
there was no way.
There's no way
that her foot could be flat.
And they even badmouth the family. It's kind of like I don't know.
Badmouth the family.
Oh, they try to discredit you so bad. When you start to question things, John, from the hospital to CCAC, right down to her Mum's autopsy.
So it must have been a really difficult time because of the fact that you're going through all this emotional stuff, your mother's sick, and you have to really kind of watch your emotions because they're looking for anything to say against you.
Yeah.
Well, we were threatened by CCAC that they were going to pull service.
Pull
service, like
from your
stop
mother.
I've got a ton of nasty emails
and that is illegal
from
to do.
CCAC.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like everything is a threat. CCAC's tactic is to threaten the family that they're going to withhold service so that the family will toe the line.
Oh yeah.
I guess this is why it's so hard to sue them for medical malpractice.
Awesome. Just about impossible.
And the hospitals know that.
And here in London, we spoke to a couple
Yeah.
of lawyers, and we were told by several, no lawyer in London will go after that hospital.
No.
So
A London lawyer won't go after any of the hospitals here. LHSC, no. No, because they need each other, you know?
So they basically just take your life away and nothing can be done about it.
Yep.
and like I said,
So they're licensed to kill pretty much.
well, even if you do have a lawyer,
Well,
they don't care.
I'll tell you, the day my mum died, the nurse practitioner who pronounced her dead, I told her, I said, this is legal murder, what you guys have just done to my mum.
Indeed, I mean, seeing the pictures and reading all this, it's quite clear that they did break her leg, you know, and you guys have all the proof. I mean, this is golden
Oh, that's
stuff
nothing? Okay.
for a court case.
Okay, a tiny
And the
down
fact that
there.
the lawyers won't even take the case,
No.
what's going on?
But see, what it was now that she's dead, there's not anything in it for a lawyer to take on.
No money.
There's no money because the way the courts rule, it's what she's going to need to maintain her life in the future. So because she's dead, it's a minimal, even if you did win the case, it's a minimal award. And that's what we were told, for a lawyer to take it. It would cost us more for the lawyer than what you would gain.
They wanted rid of our mum. They were tired of her. She was
Yeah.
costing them too much money.
Yeah.
Between being in the hospital, having CCAC, having PSWs, it comes down to the almighty dollar.